So we're going to start out with how the Tunisian press is reacting to that assassination yesterday of one of the country's leading opposition figures.
That's right. We're going to start by looking at Business News, which is an online publication that's often quite critical of the government. And it says that those that are responsible for the assassination of him are at the head of the state. And it says that those who are responsible for this assassination are, in fact, the Leagues for the Protection of the Revolution. And they assault opponents, according to Business News, in total impunity, because basically they're protected by those in power. They have on top of that, been given the status of being revolutionaries when really they're a bunch of thugs, according to Business News. Now, Business News also accuses those in power of encouraging hate and political violence. And it says that even under Ben Ali, there was not this level of political violence.
That's interesting. We were just talking to a Tunisian MP who said a similar thing. But the blog Nawat also talks about this rise of political violence.
That's right. It wonders, where is this post-revolutionary political violence? Where is it going? And it says that it's a strange thing because it's really only reared its head in the last couple of months. It's come and upset the otherwise peaceful revolution, and it's come and invaded the public sphere. And it says it's managed to shake up Tunisians' usual calm and tradition of respect for one another. But one thing is that it has raised some very important questions. Notably, where is our society going that usually respects people's having different opinions? What system is going to be put in place as a safeguard? And it says that the only way out of this dead end is to put in place a government that will ensure the rule of law, because that would be a reassuring message for citizens. Now, this assassination is also getting attention in the international press as well. Robert Fisk in The Independent, for instance, says that blood splattered on Tunisia's supposedly gentle Jasmine revolution, and he wonders if this could be a sign that the softest of all the Arab revolutions is about to turn dark. And he wonders if Tunisia could be taking a road similar to Egypt, one where there's a lot of economic burden and fear that is crushing the country.
Okay, well, moving on now to another story. In the US, John Brennan is heading to the Senate because he's got his confirmation hearing as CIA director, and The Guardian in the UK has got a profile of him.
That's right, specifically his involvement in the Obama administration's very controversial drone strikes policy. And according to The Guardian, he's the man who taught the president a new way to wage war. As Obama's top counterterrorism advisor, he's been instrumental in getting the president to where he is in terms of his thoughts on drone strikes. He's helped construct the legal and moral framework for these strikes, and he's really expanded the whole campaign. For instance, The Guardian points out that as Obama's top counterterrorism advisor, he was the one who drew together the lists of suspected terrorists for assassination by drones strikes, whether it was in Pakistan, Yemen, or in Somalia. These were signed off by the president on what was known as Kill List Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, that's quite grim, isn't it? But the Obama administration's drone policy also discussed in the Washington Post.
That's right. The Washington Post says it's time to explain the drone campaign, because so far the Obama administration has been extremely quiet about this secret warfare. And the Washington Post says it's been quiet about it, even though it's ordered hundreds of drone strikes that have killed thousands. It says that the Obama administration so far has provided no public reports on the targets or even on the results of these drone strikes. And in some cases, in the case of Pakistan, for instance, the Obama administration still refuses to acknowledge that these attacks are happening. Now, according to the Washington Post, if there was a compelling case for all the secrecy, the government has not made it yet. So, interesting piece in the Washington Post today. Now, this week, the Justice white paper, basically a secret drone war guidelines, was leaked to the press, and part of that was very controversial because it summarized the legal case for targeting terrorists who are U.S. citizens. And the International Herald Tribune today takes a closer look at what it calls this president's power to kill an American, and says that it's a scary reminder of the Bush era.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Florence, for that look at today's international papers. Still to come here on Live from Paris.